up, brothers and sisters, and welcome to MTG Malone with me, MtgA Malone. Thank you all so very much for everyone that tuned in yesterday's live stream. It was freaking awesome, celebrating my 6-month anniversary with all of you, and we had a very special guest even in the chat. Hello Good Game came in. Freaking hello Good Game. I called him up immediately, said, dude, let's make a collabo, and he said, why not? I'm free next week. So we all really should be reminding him that he said yes, because he said yes. So maybe there will be a video. I will have to write him once more. He didn't see my message yet, but hey, he's a very busy man. I think even more busy than I am, because he's doing videos and live stream every single freaking day. This guy is a real freaking hustler. So he subscribed to the channel, he subscribed to the Twitch. That was freaking amazing. He was even in chat. People were amazed. I was amazed. Everyone was freaking happy. It was a huge freaking success. So, freaking delicious. Also, I had to re-record this part because there was something wrong with my camera, and I only realized after the first game. So in the first game, my camera is a little bit choppy, but it was such a clutch game that I really don't want to delete it. So just don't watch me. Just watch the game. Don't watch me. But enough yammering. Let's get into the RAKDOS hammering. Oh man. As I'm here from the past, I already know how these games are going, and trust me, every single game was freaking clutch. There was not a single game where it was like, yeah, I've won from the start. I look at my head and I say, this game's going to be easy. None of them were. All of them were hard fought, and I got them freaking all. So check them all out. It's going to be a blast for you. It was a blast for me, a blast from the past. So let's talk about this very freaking awesome deck, because RAKDOS is one of my favorite color combinations. And as we have a Professor Onyx in here, that's why it's called Rakdonyx, because I'm so poetic, so smart, so sublime. And here we are. So I changed this deck around a lot. I took out the Egon because I think that even if he's good, but milling every single turn sometimes isn't that good, because so many times when the Egon was out, he was milling me exactly what I was looking for, and that was just too painful. Well, I'm talking about his Throne of Death part. Because yeah, you mill a card every single turn. I mean, it's pretty valuable, but I think it wasn't just that good. So I took him out, and I took out some other cards, and I built this freaking beauty. So here we are. Also, I put in some Fabled Passages because I don't know what was wrong with me. I didn't have Fabled Passages in there before, but they're so good because of the Kroxa and the Ox of Agonas, so you should totally freaking have them. But let's go over the deck real quick. We have 2 Agonizing Remorse. This card not only looks freaking amazing in his art style, I love it, but also it is very, very good against, these Emergent Ultimatum decks. Also against a lot of combo decks. If you're up against a Vinoda deck, and turn 2 you can get their Vinoda out of their hand, or turn 3, it is very freaking good. Their turn 3, your turn 3, very freaking good whenever you freaking do it. If you can get rid of an Amber Cleave with that, also very good. If you can get rid of, I don't know, an Emergent Ultimatum with that, even freaking better. Or let's say that you want to put down your Bonecrusher Giant, but you're up against a white deck, they have a Skyclave Apparition. You need to get that Skyclave Apparition out of their freaking hand immediately. You lose a life, but that is absolutely fair. Also, you can steal something from the graveyard, which is also very good. You know the Agonizing Remorse, I just like to talk about it. Then we have the Flunk. We got the Flunk. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is 7 minus the number of cards in that creature's controller's hand. So if they have 6 cards in hand, the creature gets -1/-1. If they have 0 cards in hand, they get -7/-7. And just remember, minus abilities will destroy indestructible creatures. Well, not destroy them, just turn their life total onto 0. Nothing can save them but a Protect from Black spell. So, very powerful card, especially if you're running a discard package like we are, with the Agonizing Remorse, with the Kroxa, with the Rankle, with the Liliana Waker of the Dead. Very freaking good. Then we have the 4 Mire Tritons, because it is just a must in this kind of deck. You get 2 life back, you get a Death Touch blocker. freaking delicious. Yes, it dies to a Bonecrusher Giant, but if the Bonecrusher Giant this, they can't Bonecrusher Giant your Valki. So everything is still good. And yeah, you get 2 life, you mill 2 cards. Very, very, very good enabler for your Kroxa. Then we have 2 Valkis in here. Most of the time you will play him as a Valki, get like a Bonecrusher Giant out of their hand, get maybe something out of their hand that you really don't want to see, and that also means they have 1 card less in their hand, and your Flunk gets even better. Just very, very tasty. And in the late game, if you're lucky enough, you still have a Tibble Cosmic Imposter, and then it's GG, because you can exile all cards from all graveyards, play all of your Kroxas once more. It is just so good. Then of course we have the Kroxa, one of the main crown jewels in his deck. When he enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card, and if they discard a land card or can't discard anything, they lose 3 life. So this is a very nice finisher. Let's say you have a Kroxa on the board, they have 1 blocker and 6 life left, no cards in hand. You attack in, that is 3 damage, they block the Kroxa, you bring back a second Kroxa from the graveyard, they discard another card they can't discard, losing 3 life. Very, very good. Then we have the Shatterskull Smashing 3 times, and yes, you want to play this as a Shatterskull Smashing against aggressive decks, this is a real freaking beauty. You beat down 2 of their creatures for 4 mana, it is absolutely worth it. And in the late game, you can even put this onto a Planeswalker that is very big and strong, and just get him out of here. Then for Tymaret Calls the Dead. This is also so important in this deck. You mill 3 cards on your when you play it, on your next draw step, and then in the 3rd step you gain X life and scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. And in the first 2 steps you can exile a creature or an enchantment from your graveyard. Preferably it's going to be an enchantment, so if you mill yourself another Tymaret Calls the Dead, first do that, I don't know why, that's how I always do it, and then you get a zombie. And then if you have 2 or 3 zombies, because you have your Mire Triton out, you get 3 life back, scry 3, it is very freaking good. And what would a red deck be without a Bonecrusher Giant? So here we are. Bonecrusher Giant is here because he's so good. He's just one of the most valuable cards ever. So much value. Second turn, you stomp something down of theirs. 3rd turn, you put a big threat on the board. It is just so good. And if they kill it, they lose 2 life. What else do you want? And then, rubbing my hands here because I so love this card. Baleful Mastery. You exile target creature or planeswalker for 2 mana. Yes, they draw a card, but in the early game this can be insane, and in the late game they don't even draw a card because you're able to pay for. It is just so freaking good. Craft this card. If you love black, craft this freaking card. Then we have the Liliana, Waker of the Dead. So we kind of have a Liliana tribal in here. Each player discards a card, so you're discarding your Kroxa or a land or your Ox of Agonas. And yeah, each opponent who can't loses 3 life. Easy as pie, very, very freaking efficient, but a -3 is also so freaking good, takes care of indestructible creatures, because target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your own graveyard. So if you have 7 cards in your graveyard, you can get rid of everything. It is just so tasty. The -7 will never come up, because we need the -3 a little bit more, but if it comes up at the beginning of combat on your turn, you put a target creature from a graveyard under your control, it gains haste, so you can steal all of their creatures. Together with the Valki, you steal everything they own. But as I said, it is very hard to pull off the -7 in this kind of deck. Then we have the Rankle. Oh my lord. This creature wins you games on his own. He's a hasty boy with 3/3 for 4. And when he deals combat damage to a player, each player, you can choose 1, 2 or 3, all 3 modes if you want to. Each player discards a card. So if you discard something, doesn't really matter, you want to do it anyway. Each player loses 1 life and draws a card. Could be good if you want to kill him and you only need 1 more damage, that is very good. And then each player sacrifices a creature. So if you have your zombies out, you can sacrifice one of those. No freaking worries. And if they only have 1 creature, they will lose that creature. Pretty freaking good. Also getting in for 3 damage through the air. Freaking perfection. Then we have 2 Ox of Agonas. It is just such a powerful freaking card to refill your hand. Either you play him for 5, discard your hand, but at the point that you're on 5 mana, normally you don't have any more cards in your hand, so it's not even that bad, and then you draw 3 cards. And then for 2 red mana, you can exile 8 other cards from your graveyard and bring them back as a 5/3, and still draw your 3 cards. Pretty freaking strong. And then my absolute babe, Professor Onyx. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, you lose 2 life and you gain 2 life, but the most important part is there +1. You lose 1 life. You look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the other 2 into your graveyard. So you can put an Ox of Agonas and a Kroxa in your graveyard, get yourself a Flunk, and that is very freaking good. You can make them sacrifice the strongest creature, and if you ever get to the -8, you just won the game because they have no cards and they will have to lose 3 life 6 times, or even 7 if they have 1 card left. So this is a very, very fun deck. I freaking love it, and yeah, you will see those games were pretty freaking clutch. And spoiler alert, nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us. So, land-wise, we have 2 beautiful Castle Locthwains, we have 6 beautiful Bob Ross Swamps, 6 beautiful Bob Ross Mountains, 4 Seer Step Blightstep Pathway. Sadly, there's no new design for these until now. And of course, the 4 Fabled Passage, because they're just so freaking good. So, enough talking. I've been yammering for the longest time. This is the Rakdonyx. If you want to rank up, absolutely try it out. I'm MTgA Malone, and I will see you in those clutch games. Alrighty, RAKDOS, baby. Freaking RAKDOS, I love it so much. It has been time. The programmer. Oh, you got the Professor Onyx avatar. I want that too. I want that. So if we're up against aggressive deck, this hand is pretty freaking good. So I'm inclined to keep this because we have the Bonecrusher Giant. This might win us the way a game all alone. And you know, 80% of decks right now are aggressive decks. Didn't I tell you, my friends? Didn't I tell you? So we're chilling. We will see if he plays something else. But if he doesn't, well, that is pretty good. We draw land. Not that useful right now. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. If you've seen yesterday evening stream, those land draws were freaking insane. Okay, this needs to go now before the doggos on the field. Oh, programmer, you're just a Venota deck, aren't you? Well, for now it doesn't really look like he is, but we will find out. Maybe he's also just... Okay, we have 2 Agonizing Remorse in our deck and we have them both on the field right now. Crazy. Freaking crazy. Okay. So we can go, I think we will be playing the Agonizing... Okay, he is a Venota deck. Interesting. And we drew another land. Interesting. Okay, in that case we can put down another red. Spread the thread, as they say. Oh yeah, his Fabled Passage is also holding priority. So yeah, that is why. Alright, get ourselves a beautiful Bob Ross Mountain. Then we are attacking in, because right now we're a little bit more dangerous than he is. Then we will have a look at his hand. And next turn we can put down the Rankle. Seems pretty a-okay to me. The art style here is so freaking amazing. Oh boy, okay. Okay. So, what are we getting rid of here? That is the freaking question. That is indeed the freaking question. So we can get rid of 2 things. And I think it should be the Venota, number 1. And then I think we should get rid of the Skyclave Apparition, because otherwise we're just freaking screwed. We're just freaking screwed, man. And yeah, if he doesn't find another land here, he can't even play the Blade Historian, so we have to gamble a little bit on that. And we can, without worries, get rid of one of our lands next turn, so we might even be able to get rid of the Blade Historian. We will see. We will see how this turns out. Is this another Venota Game 1 beatdown? Like we love him on this channel. Like we freaking love him on this channel. We will see. We will just find out. Alright, Skyclave Apparition, you need to get out of here. You just need to go. Alrighty. So, he will put down a red source here. Oh, it's a pillar. For some reason I thought it was a, oh, I forgot the name. Where there's a sorcery on the other side that gives you creatures protection. I don't know why. Because of the art style. Maybe. Mayhaps. Who knows? Here comes the fourth land. No, okay, that is good. That is kind of good. Okay. So this is a warrior, which is kind of annoying. And we drew yet another freaking land. Alrighty. But that also means that we can block the dog if we want to. Block the dog if we want to. And make him discard something. Seems pretty a-okay to me. And do we draw a card here? I mean, we lose a lot more than he does. So let's not make him sacrifice a creature. Well, maybe drawing a card here is bad, because he might find a land. But maybe we find something good that we can't even play this turn, so let's not. Let's not. Let's just make him discard something. And we're discarding a black source, as we have a lot of black and we need one more red just to have the same of everything. Getting rid of the Blade Historian. Did he find another Venota here? Oh boy, if he did find a Venota here, he found another Blade Historian. Yes, yes, yes. That's just how it is sometimes. Alrighty, we're pretty screwed here because we're drawing nothing but lands. I hope that we find something else. Would be pretty nice. Would be pretty freaking nice. Alright, smart cookie. Smart freaking cookie. Attacking in with the dog first. We got another Rankle. That is kind of good. So we can sacrifice a creature here and draw a card because we absolutely need something. Oh, this is so good. This is so freaking good. Alright, putting down the Rankle. And now we're shooting the... or are we? We're still waiting. We are still waiting for a little bit. Let us see what he found here. But even if it is a Venota, he would need a little bit more. Alright, he's not doing anything. He can only push this once. So this can only come 4-2. That is good. And we can block the Blade Historian. Make our miraculous freaking comeback. Are we even doing that? I don't know yet. But we will find out now. Are we blocking here? I mean, we will be taking 4. And next turn we can still make him sacrifice it. So let's try to take a risk here. I mean, he would need 2 Bonecrusher Giants, but he only has 1 red source, so I don't think he does have it. And we found a Kroxa, which is pretty powerful. Pretty freaking powerful, so no matter what's in his hand here, it will be gonzo. It will be a freaking gonzo. Alrighty. Get that whatever it is out of here. Is it a Bonecrusher Giant? Is it, my friend? Looks like it is a Bonecrusher Giant. It really looks like it is. It was. Why didn't you shoot me here? Why? Alrighty, I think putting down the Kroxa here is pretty good. So I will do that. I will freaking do that. And does he have anything with haste? I don't think so. Also, we're attacking in now because we have the Kroxa, or are we? Now we're chilling. We're chilling. I don't want to die here. And we got him! Venota! My Venota! Drawing the Kroxa here was so freaking clutch! Smarty pants! Alright, something was just wrong with my camera. I don't know what that was, but it was too good of a game not to show you. Alrighty, so, putting down a black source here. And then we have all these Tymaret Calls to Death, which are pretty freaking tasty. And drawing a lot of lands. So let's get the Kroxa in our graveyard. It doesn't look like he has anything to, you know, get rid of that. He might have counter spells, Death Perados. But we will see if he has them. And we have 2 Tymaret Calls to Death. That is pretty tasty. together with our Fabled Passage, we will be able to get a lot of stuff done real quick. Oh boy, he just puts down the Bonecrusher Giant for tempo reasons. Alright, I hope that we find something good here. Yep, that was pretty good. Mire Triton, become a little zombo creature. Okay. Yeah, we're taking this. We're not afraid. Not yet. Not yet. Oh boy, okay, he's a Galazet deck. Interesting. Freaking interesting. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 5 other cards, so we're good. We can just bring back the Kroxa here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Freaking perfection. Freaking a perfection. Okay, so you have no more cards left. I have now a Kroxa, not attacking in. I can even kill your Galazet if I really want to. If I really want. I thought so. I just knew he had the Goldspan Dragon. I freaking knew it. Okay. We're getting some life back here. Also scrying, which is pretty good. Yeah, I want that. I want that. So. How freaking afraid are we here? I mean, this is 7. We are pretty dead pretty soon. But let him make this card something here. Okay. Let's see if he blocks. He doesn't. So I think we're taking a risk here. I think we are taking the risk. We're keeping the Kroxa that's on the field. Making him discard here, so he's in top deck mode now. Oh boy, hard decision. But I really think that we should do it like this. Get another Tymaret out of the graveyard onto the field. Yeah, we're dead pretty soon. I hope he drew land here. If he drew land, it would be pretty freaking sweet. We have the 2 Bonecrusher. He did draw land. That is indeed pretty freaking sweet. Okay, let me think. So we have to block here. We're getting in for 8. He's just dead? He's just dead. What did you do, opponent? You died to the Kroxa power. Oh, yes. Oh, baby. Kroxa, I love you so much. So freaking much. Back into Diamond 2. Back into Diamond 2. Oh, that felt so good. I freaking love Kroxa, man. I freaking love him. We haven't seen a Professor Onyx yet, which makes me a little bit sad. A little bit. But we still have time. Name 333123. What a creative name 333123 is. This is looking pretty good. If we can find some lands, we're super happy. And if we can, we still have a turn 2 and a turn 3 play with the Bonecrusher Giant. So, didn't find a land. We're putting down the red here. Why the heck not? No need not to. Oh, it's a Mire build. It's a freaking Mire build. Alrighty. So we are putting down the Mire Triton. We are. Putting down the Mire Triton. Okay, are we up against rogues? If we are, that's not even too bad. Okay, we still have the Bonecrusher Giant here, so everything is still bueno. Kinda. I don't think he will be attacking in, and we even found another land. So I'm pretty happy with that. So we're keeping back our Mire Triton, we're putting down the Tymaret. I think we have a good chance here. The Ashiok's Erasure. Interesting. Pretty interesting. But your Cunning Knight Bonder will die very soon. Yes, he's too valuable. Too freaking valuable. I didn't think about that he would have a Ashiok's Erasure here. I mean, I should have, but I didn't. But he can't have another one. So maybe I'm even attacking in here with the Rankle. I mean, why the heck not? He just played a Maze Mind Tome, so I'm absolutely attacking in with the Rankle. 1,000,000%. Oh, he even has the Agonizing Remorse in hand now, so maybe we're doing it differently so then as we speak. And I think I will do it like this. Seems pretty good. Keeping him out of having anything. Got rid of the Voracious Great Shark. That is good. And now we're Agonizing Remorsing his hand. Getting rid of whatever's in there. Another Ashiok's Erasure. Alrighty. Alrighty, we can't have that. Freakin' can't have that. So he will put down the Voracious Great Shark next turn, which only costs him 4. So if he drew land here, he can play it pretty safely. Another Roman of the Sea. Not bad, my friend. Not bad, but you would need a... I got something in my stomach. You would need another land here, because we still have the Bonecrusher Giant. If you didn't draw a land here, he did draw a land. Not bad, but we can just, you know, Bonecrusher away and put the Bonecrusher on the field. Seems pretty good. He can't counter it with the Great Shark now. Seems pretty freaking good. And we know about the Great Shark, so everything is still bueno. It's a 4-4, so the Bonecrusher Giant can do something against it. And we're getting in for 2 now. 2 now. And we have 2 Rankles, so pretty freaking good. He will counter our Rankle with the Voracious Great Shark. We now even have the Flunk. So you know what? Let's just attack in. Keep up the Rankle. If you put something down here, we can just flunk it. The Slither Wisp. Yeah, we're 1,000,000% flunking that. This is too much of freaking value. Just too much of it. Draw your card, my friend. Draw away. We're still posing a big threat on the board. He only has a Voracious Great Shark. We have 5 cards in our graveyard. I think if we're putting down the Rankle now, he already played 2 Ashiok's Erasures. So let's go with the Rankle here. Let us see if he puts down the Great Shark. He does. Does put down the Great Shark. But we're still attacking in. We have a Rankle next turn as well. So that is good. We're pushing here. Pushing real good. So getting in. Losing our Bonecrusher Giant is not even that bad, because we want to bring back our Kroxa as soon as freaking possible. And I really hope we find a land here. If we find a black source here, I would be very freaking happy. We didn't. So we're attacking in first. Just attacking in. He doesn't have anything. We're putting down the Kroxa, getting rid of something in his hand. Does he have a 3rd Voracious Great Shark or a 3rd Ashiok's Erasure? We will see. But whatever he puts down here, we have the Flunk. So that is pretty good. Pretty freaking good. Not gonna lie, this deck has me a little bit afraid because it is so packed full with freaking value. The Reject. He could have used that here, but he didn't. So I wonder why. I really wonder why. He has the Slither Wisp, but does he have anything else? I don't think he has. Goodbye, my Slither Wisp friend. Goodbye. So he's drawing all these cards, which is very, very annoying because we want him to have no cards. But next turn we can just bring down a Kroxa. Now we can even do it like this. Seems even a little bit better. We didn't draw a land. Pretty painful, but it's still better than nothing. Looking at his hand here, getting rid of something. Drawing a land would have been perfect. Just freaking perfect. The saw it coming. So he has something he absolutely doesn't want to lose. Good to know. Good to freaking know. But he can't block here. The Mire Triton has Death Touch. He's still doing it. Still freaking doing it. Interesting. What is your last card, my friend? What did you value that much? What did you? So we're putting down the Rankle now. Oh, we even found a land. Sadly, not of the right coloration. But hey. He found his 3rd Voracious Great Shark. Not bad. But we have the Kroxas now ready to rock and roll. So let's just hope that these aren't counter spells. Let's just freaking hope. Oh my. Yeah, we're still putting down the Kroxa here. 1, 2... Oh, we're keeping our creatures for now. 2, 3, 4, and... Yeah, 1 Mire Triton needs to go. Sad but true. We still have 6 cards in our graveyard, so we can bring him back whenever we need to. The Lochmer freaking Serpent. Oh boy. That is pretty freaking annoying. But if we draw 1 land here, I'm pretty freaking happy. Pretty freaking happy. Yeah, you can give that unblockable. That is true. But the chance of us finding a land aren't even that low. So we're drawing a land here, hopefully. And then we can bring down the Valki as a Tybalt. I almost forgot the name. Almost forgot it. We can be attacking in, which is a little bit annoying. He can be drawing cards, which is also a little bit annoying. And he does draw a card. But that is still a-okay. He would need something real good here. Real freaking good. We found a Mire Triton. That at least gives us back some life. And we can block the Voracious Great Shark, which is also pretty good. Oh, we milled ourselves a lot. But we got the Ox of freaking Agonas. So, you know what? I'm too afraid that he has a creature in hand here. So I will just put down... Oh boy, okay. Slither Wisp was pretty good. Oh my. Okay. Interesting, but we're getting rid of that. We are getting rid of that. Getting in there. Maximum pain. We can block the Voracious Great Shark, which is pretty good. We can block the Slither Wisp. Oh. Oh, okay. So he would need to sacrifice the island here. And sacrifice all of his lands. But these aren't even swamps. So he can't draw a card. He can only give this indestructibility. So we will see what he does. Unblockability. And it looks like that is exactly what he's going to do. So depending on what we draw here, we're kind of okay-ish. Kinda. If we draw a Bonecrusher Giant, we're super good. If we don't, we're super screwed. Not drawing a land here was pretty bad. We could have just, you know, stolen his Lochmer Serpent. But there's a lot of stuff we can draw here that would still help us. A lot of stuff we can draw. Worst case, we have the Ox of Agonas here. Oh boy, did we just get him. No, we didn't. We didn't. Or did we? We did get him. We did get him. Oh, man. Yes, we got him. And you know why? Because we could have attacked in here. He could only block 1 creature here. Let's say the Kroxa and the Valki. Would have gotten in for 2. So he would have gotten down to 5. Plus the 3 from the Kroxa, because he had no card in hand. Plus another Kroxa. He knew it. Oh, what another clutch freaking game. Alright, we're 3-0. 3-2-0. It's time to be unlucky. I can smell it. From here. From freaking here. Oh, you know it. I know it. Winning 3 games in a row always means something's going bad in the next game. TK MTG. Better than a TK Max. We're going first. We have no red source, which is kind of annoying, so let's mulligan here. Wow. 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 Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not that bad, to be honest. It's honestly not that bad. We can get a black source here, put down the Valki next turn. The Fervent Champion. Okay. So we're up against a mono-red deck. Well, obviously. But we can steal something of his. That is still a-okay. He's not attacking in. What you doing, TK Let's give him the spanking. Spanker freaking doodles. Oh, here he is. Attacking in. Oh, we even found the Kroxa here. But I still think that this is the best line of play here. We can play the Kroxa next turn. Oh boy. Yeah, we're taking the Bonecrusher Giant. So next turn we can even turn into a Bonecrusher Giant if we want to. And he has a lot of lands in hand. So that is okay for now. If we draw an untapped land here, I would be very freaking happy. Very freaking happy. But I still think we have a good chance here. Still think we do. Might not look like it right now. But if we find something that we can play here, he's only getting in for 4. That is still okay. We're a nail biter deck. Oh, you will also use the Rimrock Knight here. So he's getting in for a 6. But as I said, it is still okay for now, because we still have answers. We might be using our life as a resource very bad here. He's not even doing it. Did you find a shock? Did you just find a shock? Is this card a shock? It really looks... Oh boy, this is so freaking good. So... I think that we're putting down blockers. Being able to play our Kroxa as soon as freaking possible is just very, very important here. Very important. And it really looks like he found a Frostbite here. It really looks like he found a freaking Frostbite here. Insanity. Well, it could also be the Rimrock Knight holding priority. But if he found a freaking Frostbite here, that is literally insane. Alright, Mire Triton, you're out of here. And we are attacking in. I mean, we're not blocking with the Valki. We want to turn into Bonecrusher Giant sooner or later. So that is pretty a-okay. But are we blocking here? We will see what he does. But maybe we're just Shatterskull Smashing away. Keeping our creatures up right now. As I said, he would need another Bonecrusher Giant or a Frostbite here. And I think he just kept up his Rimrock Knight. And I think the value from scrying and everything is just too high to pass up here. Because we would just lose a creature. He wouldn't. And we're still on 6 if he does what I think he does. And sooner or later we will have our Kroxa, so I'm pretty a-okay with that. Alright, here comes the Rimrock Knight action. I mean, he would have put it on the other one even so, yeah. Doesn't really matter. We have the Shatterskull Smashing next turn to get rid of 2 creatures. Everything is still bueno. We're getting another creature hopefully next turn. He still has something. Might be yet another Rimrock Knight or a Bonecrusher Giant, which would be very freaking annoying. Very freaking annoying. I hope he just puts down the Rimrock Knight here. That is my hope. He does. He does put it down. Alright. Our comeback just began. We even got a creature in the graveyard. That is the best case freaking scenario. Best case freaking scenario here. Alrighty. Shatterskull Smashing away. So these 3 Shatterskull Smashings we had in our starting hand, not even that bad. Not even that bad. Alright, so we're keeping back our Zombos. Because we're not blocking with the Valki anyways. So he can now attack in with the Faceless Haven. We will lose one of our... Oh, he has the Annex. Okay, but is he attacking in? That is the question. That is the freaking question. He is? Alright. Interesting. Does he have another Rimrock Knight? I think he must have. Yeah, he does. He does have another Rimrock Knight. Alright, but we're at least getting rid of his Fervent Champion here. That is pretty sweet. We're getting some life back here, which is also pretty sweet. We even have the Flunk now. We don't need that. But I really want to look at his hand here. Really freaking do. It was a freaking Bonecrusher Giant. That is a nice freaking pickup. So, we need to be chilling here. Really need to be chilling here. Because we're on the verge of dying. On the freaking verge of freaking dying. Alrighty. So, are we getting rid of the Faceless Haven? I think that we are. I mean, that will give him some creatures, but that is absolutely fine. And, yeah. We're not blocking here. We're just not. We found another Tymaret cause of that. That makes me very freaking happy. Okay. Getting rid of the Tymaret here. I mean, we are attacking in with the Valki. But now we can't even block his Annex. And he needs to be top decking like a real freaking champion, which he isn't. He's not top decking like a real freaking champion. Like to see that. Freaking love to see that. So, what are we doing here? I think we're chump blocking the Annex. So if we block the Annex here, it is still okay. Because we only lose one zombie, but he loses his Annex. So that is still a-okay. And we can, worst case scenario, just turn... Oh boy, the Ox of Agonas is so freaking good. So how many cards do we have in our graveyard? 15. Oh boy, yeah, we're getting rid of the Bonecrusher Giant here. Putting down the Ox of Agonas. Getting the Kroxa into our graveyard is actually what we want. Because there was no way of playing it out without being in real freaking danger. Hehe, I'm in danger. Alright, we drew a lot of lands. Not even that bad. That means that we can put down another... Oh, or we can just turn into a Bonecrusher Giant, which is also pretty good. So let's chill here for now, because we are in real freaking danger, not gonna lie. If he finds a Embercleave here, we're pretty screwed. But we might also make a miraculous freaking comeback, because we have all these zombies. So that is pretty good. Pretty freaking good, because we will get some life back. So, what you doing, my friend? Did you find an Embercleave? Did you find a bird? If he found the Phoenix, if he's even playing the Phoenix, the robber of the riches. But is he just attacking in with everything? He is the mad lad. What will he steal? The Agonizing Remorse. Well, that is kind of fine with me. We're turning into a Bonecrusher Giant, blocking the robber, blocking the Rimrock Knight with one of our zombies. So, even if he gets rid of my Kroxa here, we still have another one, which we can't even play immediately. What? Why did you do it like this? What the heck, game? Come on, giving me another Kroxa. Pretty unfair for our opponent. So, we're on 6 mana. That means we can bring down a Kroxa from our hand, just dealing some damage, which is very important right now. And then just play another freaking Kroxa. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he just surrendered! Oh, what a sweep! What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, this had me fuming. But there you see, sometimes you need to use your life total as a resource very carefully. And I think keeping the first hand was pretty clutch here. Yes, I have seen the Damo de la Rosa How to Mulligan guide, and I think it helped me a lot. So, you should watch that too. What a nice match. What a nice freaking match. Oh boy, can we go with the nice freaking sweep here? I really hope we can. I really hope that we can. It would be so amazing. But even going 4-1 would still be pretty good here. But that was a crazy last match. The last one was pretty freaking crazy. Opponent's going first. And it looks like he's playing rogues, which we really freaking like. So, I will be putting down the Fabled Passage here. Yep, it really looks like rogues. We drew a land. Hey, what gives? Land is not that bad. But I mean, a black source would have been nice here. So, what you doing, my friend? Nothing. He's on 6 cards. If he will be on 7, so if he puts down a Soaring Thought Thief, I would be very sad. Oh, I almost just... Okay, the Shatterskull Smashing. Not even that bad. Not even that bad. But he will be out of cards very soon in his hand. So, he's on 6. If he puts down the Soaring Thought Thief, which he didn't put it down, like to see that, freaking love to see that, we are just bone crushing his face here. No need not to. No freaking need not to do it. Alrighty. And are we just putting down the Bonecrusher Giant? I think that we are. It is a pretty good card against rogues because it's putting down so much freaking pressure. We have 1 card in our graveyard, so we would need a very specific counterspell. What? The Thassa's Intervention? What are you? You're not a rogue stack. Or you're the most craziest rogue stack I've ever seen. What is going on here? What's going on? What is going on here? So I think we're putting down a Mire Triton, keeping up our Flunk, because now even if he has something here, which he wants to play end of turn, like maybe a Soaring Thought Thief, we still have the Flunk. We still do have it. Is he just a control deck? What the heck is going on here? I really am so confused. So freaking confused. So freaking confused. We drew another land. We're putting down the Tymaret. Because I really don't want him to counter my Liliana. Would be very sad. And I really don't fear the Merfolk Windrobber too much. Because sooner or later he will mill us something good. Something real good. So, he is a rogue deck. But the most extra steps rogue deck I've ever seen. The Thassa's Intervention. Okay. Bloodchief's Thirst away, my friend. Just use up all of your cards. I'm fine with that. I'm totally freaking fine with that. This could have been used on my Liliana. Could have been used on her. But you didn't do it. We found a freaking Kroxa. Love to see it. Love to freaking... And we found another Kroxa. So, yeah. Let's just put down the Kroxa immediately here. No need not to. Wish we would have found something else, like a black source. Then we could have put down both Kroxas. But we didn't, so no need to complain here. Alrighty. Also, we could have kept up the Flunk. Keep up the Flunk. So he really needs something good here. The didn't say please. Alright, but his hand is freaking empty right now. Pretty freaking empty right now. And we still have the Flunk, so this better be an into the story. The Ruin Crab. It's the Ruin Crab. Alrighty. That is pretty annoying, but not the end of the world annoying. So we're still good. We're still on half of our library. And we will see what he does here. But we can just still flunk away. We now even found the Ox of Agonas, which is also pretty good. But we're not using it here. The Agonizing Remorse. Yeah, why not? So is your last card a freaking counterspell? Do you have all the counterspells? Do you now? You do not. Let him discard his card. It's an into the story. I'm pretty sure of it, it is. The Baleful Mastery. Alright. Well, that is still a-okay. That is still absolutely a-okay. We're getting rid of our Kroxa here.
You think too much.
And are we now drawing cards? How many cards do we have in here? I think the Professor Onyx is just too slow. We really need to get in there for some damage. Get the card advantage now that we can. And we will draw some good stuff. I'm pretty sure of it. But having a 5-3 on the board is not even that bad. We drew a lot of lands. That is painful. Pretty freaking painful. But he has nothing in there. Just nothing. The next turn we can still bring back the Kroxa. So it's looking pretty a-okay to me here. It really is. If he doesn't play the Lurrus here, we're pretty good. Oh boy, he did play the Lurrus. That was a mistake, my friend. Just a freaking mistake. He found a counter spell. I can't believe it. Top deck freaking champion of the century. But even if he plays the counter spell here, he will still freaking lose it to our Kroxa. So, what even gives? What even freaking gives? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, Liliana, but you need to go. You need to go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friend. Alright, we're still on 24 cards. He just lost his Lurrus, which is pretty freaking awesome. We're getting in there. Even if he blocks the zombie, we're still getting in for 5. I think we're about to make a clean freaking sweep. Unless this card isn't into the story, we are looking pretty freaking good here. Yes! Oh! 5 and freaking 0. I freaking love it. Oh, baby. Get in there. Get freaking in there. I told you these games were crazy. I freaking told you. Yeah, I was there from the past and I just realized that I'm also wearing RAKDOS colors, so I had to beat them all. It was freaking insanity and I love this deck and so should you. It is just so freaking good. So, let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this crazy ride through Diamond. Oh, baby, I think I will be using nothing but this deck from now on until I'm in Mythic because it is just so freaking good. So freaking good. No matter what you do, no matter what they have, we are clutching our way out of there. I mean, we got a Venota deck, we got a Mono Red deck, and we even got a deck that I was very afraid of, the Flash deck. The Flash deck was also very freaking good. So, these are all decks that I really thought we would have a hard time, but in the end we came back so freaking clutch. If you enjoyed what you seen, make sure to subscribe to the channel, just like Hello Good Game did. I'm still feeling so good about that. And yeah, leave a like, share this video with your friends. That would be so appreciated. That is the kind of stuff that the algorithm just lost, and we need to push that algorithm just to the moon. Also, thanks once more to everyone who tuned in yesterday's live stream. I think there will be another one on Sunday, but I will let you know as soon as I'm 1,000,000% sure. And yeah, join the freaking Discord. A link will be down in the description. And that is all for today. I was yammering for the longest time in the beginning, so I will stop for it now. I'm MtgA Malone, and I will see you all tomorrow.